Welcome back. Well, the Big River Economic and Agricultural Development Alliance and the Baton Rouge Farmers Market are holding their Eat Local Week next week. It's a new initiative to highlight culinary talent right here in our area. Here to tell us more are Allie, Schleter, did I say that correctly?
That is correct.
And we've got Russell Davis. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about BREADA and what you all do.
So BREADA, we are a nonprofit organization, and our main thing is we operate 134 different farmers markets a year. So those can either be on Saturdays, Thursdays, Wednesdays, or Tuesdays. Some are seasonal, and we are downtown on Saturdays all the time. So our goal is connecting producers and consumers and creating that community gathering space for shoppers and local people in Baton Rouge.
And we talk about that all the time. We always talk about the Saturday farmers market. So that's Saturday morning. Basically, is it 52 weeks a year? Pretty close to it?
Yep, except for Spanish Town Parade. So
okay. And as you mentioned before, we were talking the commercial break. There are actually others farmers markets that are during the week as well.
Yes, that's correct. So we have one today at the Goodwood Library. So those are seasonal ones because produce, when you eat seasonally, it's depending on what grows during that time of year. So high season, there's going to be a lot more produce in the fall and spring. So
okay, so let's talk about this event. It's called Eat Local, and it's an entire week. So this is going to put farmers and restaurants kind of together, right?
Yep, exactly. So Russell here with Eliza, he is one restaurant that does a great job of connecting and serving farm-produced goods at his restaurant, and so we're trying to build that and expand upon that with other restaurants and create those partnerships.
Okay, and Russell, you were mentioning in the commercial break, you have done an event similar to this before, correct?
We did. We did a farmer's dinner where we featured and highlighted the local farmers and their products. So for this actual week that's coming up, we'll be doing a special menu that kind of highlights 4 or 5 different farmers that we use and we have used throughout the years in partnership with BREADA. So it's super exciting because we believe very strongly at Eliza, the restaurant, where we're going to have the week, that we have to try to make the connection between local products and our customers, and we are kind of the conduit for that. So we've developed relationships with our farmers, kind of they rely on us and we rely on them for certain things, but it's a symbiotic relationship where we can kind of pass through what they're doing through to the guest, and I really couldn't do my job without them.
Yeah,
so,
it's great. I mean, you hear it all the time. You hear farm to fork. Now, you actually, Russell, just mentioned 4 or 5 different farmers. Are there going to also be roughly 4 or 5 restaurants that are involved in this?
I think there are going to be 4 or 5 restaurants, but Allie can expand upon that.
I was going to say, I didn't want to put you on the spot. We can name them now, or if we don't, we could tell people where to find the information. Up to you.
I can name them now. So Eliza is going to be one of them. They're over on Jefferson Highway. Gail's Fine Ice Cream is going to be one, along with Overpass Merchant, both right there under the Perkins Overpass. And then Roca Pizzeria on Government, and then the Gregory downtown. So those are the 5 restaurants.
So when does this week start and finish?
So it kicks off this Saturday, November 2nd, and it's going to run until Friday the 8th.
Okay, so if you go in between that week and go to one of the establishments you just mentioned, there should be a special item on their menu, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep. So each of them is going to have their own featured one. I think you guys
we're
have yours.
We're gonna highlight, and we'll do a little small menu that we present. But we're using a thick cut pork chop from Coutre's Meat Market in Kentwood, Louisiana, that we're gonna grill, and we put a bourbon glaze on that, and then we're stewing down some greens from Fullness Farms, and then making stone ground grits from Bonnecay's here in Baton Rouge, with Southern Maid's goat cheese whipped into the grits.
That sounds so good.
So that's going to kind of be our dish that we're gonna highlight.
That's so good. Yeah, you had me at pork chop right there. And if I read correctly, so what the folks can do, if you order it at these restaurants, they hold on to the receipt, correct, and take it to the farmers market?
Correct. If you bring it to the farmers market within a couple of weeks of purchasing that dish, you'll be entered to win $100 in market tokens. So then you can go and buy your own ingredients.
Excellent.
And then the more receipts you bring, the more entries you get. So
we love that. Okay, so tell folks once again, where can they go if there's a website to find out more information on this and on BREADA as well?
So you can go to BREADA.org, so that's BREADA.org, or you can just Google Red Stick Farmers Market and it shows up, or our social media.
And Russell, that dish sounds amazing.
Yeah, I hope to see you. Hope to see you over at Eliza.
Absolutely, we will. And we'll have more information at WAFB.com. Stick around, we're going to be right back.